swear to God, God was testing me. No, I swear on everything. I saw the light, the darkness, the sun, the moon, an eclipse. Like, I swear I felt gravity differently in this moment, okay? Everyone had their scopes pointed at me like I did some shit. Okay, I swear they were like downrange, like, oh my God, yo, I can't believe he did that shit. Oh my God, yo, I got him from the top. I got him from the top. I had someone pop out from under the counter. I'm gonna get you. How dare you do that? Like, yo, I feel like I got jumped. So this is how me and my best friend of like a lot of years fell out. My childhood best friend. And it was all his doing. I didn't do anything. Real I didn't do anything. I was a little petty. I was a little, you know, a little counteractive. But mostly it was not my fault, okay? And I know everyone, when they tell stories, likes to paint that it's not their fault, but I'm gonna just tell you and you tell me. Growing up, I had this best friend, okay? I'm gonna call him G. I'm gonna call him G. He had a sister whose name also started with the G. So we had G and GG, okay? G is my friend and GG is the sister, all right? And so I met him, I think, when I was in like, I want to say like 2nd grade. He was really nice. He was a lot of fun. It was, you know, it was a good childhood friend stuff. They actually lived or moved into my neighborhood like a year or 2 later or something crazy. Like when I met him, he was living in an apartment and then he ended up actually moving into my neighborhood. Like we could just walk between each other's houses. We would like spend the night at each other's places. His parents really liked me. My parents really liked him. It was fine, right? We would hang out all the time in like 3rd, 4th, 5th grade. Over time, I kind of started to realize he was like kind of a friend to me. And I didn't really have many other friends at the time. I had some people that I would like casually speak to. There were some people in the neighborhood I would hang out with, but I wasn't really close to anyone like I was with him. Some stuff that he would do when we were younger was like, he would just be really inconsiderate. Like we would hang out and he would only ever want to do what he did. Like we could never do what I wanted to do. Or his cousins would come over and his cousin was just a to me. Robbie was just like a to me. Like he was so mean. And Robbie was like 3-4 years older than me. And he would just like low-key bully me in front of them and they would say nothing. I think he had some like weird ego thing where he just wanted to be smarter than everyone else and that was his deal. So my friend G, okay, would just let his cousin Robbie just like borderline treat me like okay. Another situation where his cousins were rude to me and he just allowed it was I was at his house. We were throwing around this like toy ball in the like upstairs room that had like a pool table. We would build Legos in there sometimes. So Robbie, his cousin, also had a younger brother, okay, whose name also started with an R. Damn, is this whole family do this? Every person in their... That's kind of crazy. Wait. My best friend's name was G. His sister's name started with a G. Robbie's name starts with an R. Robbie's younger brother started with an R. Robbie's little brother, I'm gonna just call him little R, okay? Little R threw this ball at me, but like missed me. And it hit this picture frame. And the picture frame fell over and cracked. Now, if you're at your aunt's house and you break a picture frame, okay? I feel like if you have a friend over, you would not blame your friend that did nothing. You would just take responsibility because it's your aunt. Like, they'll probably not be that mad at you, okay? Little R blamed me. Little R blamed me for this picture frame. And my friend G was just like, well, I mean, he was in like 4th grade at the time. Little R was in like 3rd grade. I was in 4th grade. And then Robbie's bum ass in like 6th grade just defended his brother. Well, I didn't really see anything, so I don't really know what's happening. Yo, you knew what happened, okay? Robbie, you were throwing the ball with the rest of us. Don't lie, stupid. And they blamed me for it. So essentially, I had to apologize for this picture frame that I didn't even knock over. I didn't even knock it over. He blamed me. And I was like, bro, you're just gonna let your cousins disrespect me too? And I wasn't really friends with his cousins, to be honest with you. Like, they would just be around sometimes because their family was really close. Like, their cousins lived in my neighborhood. Their grandma lived in my neighborhood. Like, their whole family moved as a unit into my neighborhood. They were really tight-knit. And for me, this is very foreign to me, okay? Because my family, we dead don't each other. Like, I swear to God, like, we don't have any beef, but like, we don't really have any camaraderie either, okay? I see my cousins like once every like 4 years at most, okay? But his family, they were like all there all the time, all there all the time. And they were always at each other's house. So I was around his cousin a lot. And he not once ever said anything to his cousin to check him or be like, that was messed up or rude. But the cousin was just dead bullying me. Like, to be honest, another thing that he would do that I really didn't like, if you knew your friend was coming over, would you wait for your friend to come over to then pull out your phone or like your iPad game for like, 2 hours? Or would you like do that when you don't have people around? Because in my mind, I was like, we're hanging out right now. Why are you playing this right now? You can do this when I'm not around. He wouldn't involve me. It was like he would pull out his phone and just play it and expect me to just sit there and be happy with him. Like, and I was like, bro, like, can we do anything else? Like, you can do that when I'm not around. Even sometimes his mom would be like, yo, like, gee, what are you doing? You have Quinn over right now. Like, just hang out with him. Do this later. Like, and his mom was a lovely lady. I still think his mom is a lovely lady. Same with his dad. They're very good people. Like, they never, even when like me and their kids had like bats, like they never treated me any differently or any better or any worse. Like, they were always very good people. Because to be honest, I mean, from a parent's perspective, and now that I'm older, I never really did anything that, that I think would warrant that anyways. But regardless, they didn't treat me any differently. Flash forward, I'm in like 6th grade. At this point, my health starts to decline. When I was in like 4th, 5th grade, it was a little bit rocky. 6th, 7th grade, like it went from being like boom, and it's like never, it's never came back up. Okay, it's only gotten worse or like even out at the bottom. It went from like kind of to like really bad. And one night, my parents and G and Gigi's parents wanted to go out because our parents were friends too. They were like, hey, instead of like us just going out separately and getting 2 babysitters for our kids, why don't we just get one and have all of our kids stay at one of our houses and then we go out? So that's what they did. And on top of that, they also, for some reason, went out with this other set of parents who also had a kid in my neighborhood who stayed at my house. This kid was also a really inconsiderate friend to me. I'm gonna call him Jack. So Jack was the kid that lived behind me. His parents were really nice to me. He was not a great friend a lot of the time. He had a friend that he was really close to that when we would hang out would just kind of be rude to me too. It was like kind of the same thing, but instead of a cousin, it was like a second friend. Like his second friends or his other friends in his friend group, like just either thought I was too weird and like, so they were kind of rude to me. And I always kind of felt that way. And so I didn't hang out with him a lot because of that. I liked hanging out with Jack alone, but when it was Jack and like his other friends, it was just not a good time for me. Like he was nice to me, but everyone else like kind of wasn't. And so they invited Jack over and Jack's parents went out with my parents and G and Gigi's parents too. So it was like 3 sets of parents and then 3 sets of kids, me and my siblings, Jack, and then G and Gigi. And they were all at my house. Now, I was a goody two shoes. Okay. Like I sucked fart out of ass in every scenario. Okay. Like I was too nice at this point in my life. I should have been a little bit more delinquent, but at this point I was definitely like on my people pleasing Quinn arc. Okay. This was before like the pre me getting groomed. I was very nice to everyone. Okay. Post that, my patience thinned. Okay. This is before my health got bad. This is before I got traumatized by like 8 random people and got thrown in these crazy situations. So I was very nice to everyone. Okay. A little too nice. But I was very like by the book with rules. Like I was very like principle on rules, respect authority, all of that. And so my dad literally told this babysitter that had watched us multiple times, hey, don't let Quinn be the bad guy. You need to enforce the rules. My dad said that. He knew that this girl that had watched us before was not the best at keeping order in situations. Okay. She was a little bit less mature than our other babysitters at the time, but none of the other babysitters my parents would hit up were available that night. It was just this girl. That's why my dad was kind of stern with her and was like, hey, keep it together this time. We got a lot of kids. Like, come on now. I wasn't feeling good that day. I was feeling quite literally awful. So when everyone was over, I was hanging out with them. I was trying to, hang out and spend time with everyone, but I wasn't feeling good. So I went upstairs for a bit and I think I was like laying down. I played The Sims for a little bit and then I kind of came back downstairs and I still wasn't feeling great, but I still wanted to hang out with everyone because it was like pretty much like my friends over. I wanted to hang out downstairs and I go downstairs and they're all kind of playing this, like, this is at the time where like the Little Einsteins theme for some reason was trending on the internet or like trending on like, I don't know if it was Vine at the time. Okay. Because TikTok was not around yet. Okay. It was either like, I think it was Vine. Like the Little Einsteins theme song was like a thing at one point. It was like a meme. I don't know what caused this, but it was everywhere. Okay. They kept playing it and I would like had a really bad headache. And I was like, hey, can you guys like stop playing the Little Einsteins theme song? Like it's really bothering my head. And they were like blasting it. They were like, no, I don't want to. No, I don't want to. And I was like, okay, whatever, And over time, I just kept feeling worse. And so I went back upstairs. I came back downstairs and then I come back downstairs and you want to know what they're doing? See, if my dad saw this, everyone in my house would have gotten a good talking to at the very least. They were throwing a football, a normal football in the living room with like pictures on the walls, with like this big mural my dad had. And there was this jade statue that my dad got in China that was really expensive in the room. And I knew that. And I specifically said when I came downstairs, yo, you guys should not throw the football inside. And also, if you're going to do it, don't do it in this room because my dad's jade statue is in here. And if you break that, he's going to be really upset. I started off very calm. Keep in mind, the babysitter was throwing the football around too, okay? This was just as incompetent as the kids they were supposed to be watching. Also, there was a big flat screen TV in the room too. Like, why are you throwing around a football? I'm sorry, what? Yo, like, I can't even be counted as crazy in this situation. So I was like, yo, y'all need to stop doing that. And like, they wouldn't stop. And so I got a little bit aggravated. You know, I got a little bit more like, yo, can y'all stop? Like, this is not appropriate. Like, I took the football. They were getting mad at me. They took the football out of my hands. They started getting like everyone got upset with me for saying that we shouldn't throw the football around in the room and taking the football, including my own sisters. Like, no one had my back in this situation. Not one person. Okay. Not a single person. And to be honest, at the time, I was like, maybe I'm wrong. Looking back, hell no, I wasn't wrong. You throwing the football around with a flat screen TV, an expensive jade statue, glass pictures on the wall of art. It wasn't just like pictures of our family. No, it was like art, like expensive art that like, you know, like rich people would like trade around for like, you know, money value that my grandparents had that they gave to my mom when she like, you know, moved out. So it was valuable. And this jade statue. And this big mural that was like rested on this ledge above our fireplace it wasn't like nailed to the wall. It was like resting. So if you hit it hard enough, it would have slid off. And me saying we shouldn't throw the football around was a ludicrous statement. Okay. It was like, I said something that like shifted the space-time continuum. Apparently what I said was so out of pocket, okay, that I didn't even have the valid opinion in this room. I should have had no say. I wasn't even allowed to speak. I should have kept my dirty mouth closed. That's how everyone made me feel, including the babysitter, my own siblings, my friends, my friend's sister, my other friend. And so I got kind of angry because like I was really frustrated. I already was irritated. I had a headache. No one was being considerate about the song they were playing. And then on top of that, I'm gonna get in trouble because y'all are throwing the football around my house. And I'm not going for that. Okay. I'm not going for that. I'm really not. Like whenever something went wrong in the house, like I'm not gonna lie, like I feel like I got it the hardest compared to my sisters. Maybe that's because I was a dude or whatever, but I was not going for getting punished for this dumbassery. Okay. And this headassery that was happening in my own living room in front of my eyes. No. So I was getting a little bit upset, a little bit aggressive. I was kind of getting more angry and mad. And eventually I got so frustrated, like I just went upstairs. I was like, I'm not dealing with this. You know, at this point, like y'all aren't listening to me. I took the football at one point. And then they went in the garage, grabbed the basketball and started throwing. Like, yo, okay. So I no matter what I do, they're going to find a way to do this. And I low-key think they started to do it to irritate me. Like they were getting different balls to kind of like, you know, almost like with me in some weird way. And so I was like, I'm done. I went upstairs. Okay. I laid down in bed. I might've cried. I don't remember. Okay. I was a little sensitive at the time. All right. And I also was not really feeling good. Then I think I played The Sims. I was building some house in The Sims 3. Definitely was playing The Sims on my laptop for sure. And then I was hungry and I knew we were going to order food. So I went downstairs to try to figure out the food situation. We ended up ordering like Chili's and we were going to pick it up. At this point, I already kind of felt like everyone at the house didn't like me. Like even my friends, I really like felt upset. I almost kind of felt like I was getting bullied. So I didn't really want to hang out with anyone anymore. And I was very like upset. And I was also kind of embarrassed to go back downstairs because I just like low-key crashed out on them. I didn't even really crash out, but I raised my voice. I yelled a little bit and I got upset. And I was like embarrassed that I got upset for, in my opinion, a valid reason. So I was like embarrassed for getting upset over something that made sense to get upset over, to the point where I didn't even want to hang out with the people that upset me. So it wasn't even like, you upset me, I don't want to be around you. It was like, I'm embarrassed that I like kind of like showed weakness in the fact that I was upset in front of you. It was so ass backwards looking back. And we figured out what everyone wanted. The babysitter was going to pick it up and leave us at the house for like 15 minutes. Okay. The babysitter was like, yo, Quinn, can you come with me to pick up the food? And I was like, okay, sure. At that point, I was upset. I didn't even want to be in the house. Okay. And I didn't want to be around everyone. I was mad at the babysitter too, but I was just like, I just don't want to be there. I just don't want to be there. I just don't want to be there. One thing how old was the babysitter? At the time, I think she was a senior in high school. So like 17. How old were you? I think I was like maybe like 12. 10, 11, 12. So I went in their car to get like the food with her. And we get to the Chili's, we pick it up, we go home, we get home. And one of the things I really wanted on the Chili's menu was the cookie sundae, the cookie skillet sundae. Okay. We ordered that to go. Okay. I was really looking forward to this cookie skillet Sunday. If anything, the whole day was ass, but I had the cookie skillet Sunday to look forward to. And everyone knew that I liked the cookie skillet sundae. I asked if we could order it actually, and I was really excited about it. And everyone else was like, yeah, that sounds great. So we get that. We bring the Chili's home. We get home, we start unpacking the food. We realize they forgot G's order, okay? We ordered like, he got mac and cheese or something. Everyone else got their food. We had the sundae and everything, right? So we went back to the Chili's, me and the babysitter, and left all the other food at the house. And at this time, I was old enough to have like a phone. I think I had like an iPhone. I don't even know what iPhone was out at that time. Since everyone had already been like pissing me off and everyone knew they were upsetting me that night, and everyone knew I was looking forward to this cookie sundae, while I was in the car on the way back from getting my friend's food, I get a text from either my sister, my friend G. It was either my older sister or my friend G. It was one or the other, okay? I think it might have been my older sister, okay? Because at this time, my older sister was awful to me. My older sister was like my in-house bully, okay? I'm not gonna lie. She was physically beating me. Like, she was terrible at this time, okay? Like, to be honest with you. Like, I'm not even gonna excuse, like, my sister treated me like awful, okay? Like, it was so bad, my parents were like, what is wrong with you? So, my older sister sent me a picture of the cookie skillet sundae eaten. They took it out, ate it, and sent me like the little remains of it, a picture of it with all these spoons around it. And that was all I got sent with no context. After you guys played this loud ass song when I asked you politely not to because I didn't feel good. After you guys threw a football around in a room with a big flat screen TV, expensive, like probably one of a kind art, okay? A rare jade statue that was handcrafted from China and a family portrait. After you guys proceeded to mock me when I asked you guys to put the football away, grab a basketball and proceed to make fun of me to the point where I felt uncomfortable in my own home and stayed in my room. You take a picture of the sundae that I wanted to order, that I suggested we got, that you knew I was excited about, had everyone in the group eat it, and send a picture to me. I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty sure this was my sister's idea, okay? I ain't even gonna lie. My sister was scheming, okay? She knew how to get under my skin, all right? My older sister at the time. This was 100% her idea, okay? Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, no one else thought of this but her. Only her level of and like unreasonable resentment for me could have caused this concoction, okay? Like, that was her idea. I know it was her idea because I know no one else would have been smart enough to do that, okay? My sister is smart, but goddamn does she use it for like some nefarious things. So I was in this car like really upset. I was already upset. I already didn't feel good. My health, like this is when my health was like going from normal to really bad. So I wasn't really equipped for dealing with the pain at the time. Like the pain when it hit really affected me. Like sometimes I would be crying from how much it hurt, or I'd be vomiting for like hours. Like it used to really be bad. I think my body now has learned that like the pain is more normal. And so it doesn't give as extreme of a reaction to the pain, even if the pain is the same, because I've gotten used to it. Like if you're used to being in excruciating pain, you're not going to vomit from it after like a year of having it. It's just your body will just adapt. But at the time, my body had not adapted at all. So I had like no coping skills for this. I started like crying in the car. Like I was really upset. And like the babysitter that was driving me was like finding this hilarious. Like she was laughing like in front of me. And keep in mind, I went with this lady to go get the food for my friend who didn't have his food. Like she was giggling, like she was genuinely giggling. I vividly remember this because it made me even more upset. And they were like, it's not that serious, bro. Like, it's okay. Well, you can get more ice cream at home. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, I know we have no more ice cream at home. Okay. Right. And so part of me theorizes it might have been her that had the idea to do this. I don't know. It was either because it was a really smart tactic. Like, I don't know. At the time, my sister was older, but this babysitter was older. Like, my sister was 2 years older than me. This babysitter was like 5, 6, 7 years above both of us. So either she thought of it and told my sister, or my sister thought of it and did it on her own. But considering the babysitter was laughing at it, I think the babysitter could have also put her up to the case. Because the babysitter was not helping me with the football situation, did not help me with any of this stuff. Like, she was very much enabling all of this bullshit to just, you know, happen. And keep in mind, like, we very much could have ordered a new one because we were like right in the Chili's parking lot with my parents' credit card, by the way, that we were ordering this food with. So I get home, and when I get home, I'm already like mad. Like, I'm mad. I'm mad at everyone. Okay. I walk into this house with my friend's food, like ready for war. Okay. I wanted to scream at somebody. I wanted to cry. I wanted to break down. And I get in there and I'm like teary eyed. My face is red. I like look upset and they all start laughing at me. I'm serious. Everyone, like literally everyone in this room, like, everyone is laughing at me. Okay. They all think it's hilarious. My friends, my best friend at the time, my best friend's sister at the time, another one of my friends at the time, my younger sister, my older sister, the babysitter. No one in this damn situation had my back or thought this could potentially be cruel. Not one person. Not one. I swear. Not a single person. Okay. And I was like 11, 10, 12. Like, I don't even know how old I was, but I was not like, I wasn't 13 yet. Okay. I was below the age of 13 for sure. So they're all laughing at the fact that they literally like ate this sundae that I wanted and then made fun of me for being upset about it. They like ate the food item that I wanted to order and I didn't order it for me. I wanted the whole group to eat it. Okay. I was being very nice. I was like, yeah, I think we would all like this. I wasn't like, I want this. I was like, oh, I want this, but I think you guys would like it too. Okay. I was being very like charitable. I was willing to share. I didn't order it for me, but the fact that you guys waited for me to leave to then eat it, and then you guys found it funny when I got home upset. So at this point, I like shut down. I don't even react anymore. I'm done crying. I'm just there like, how I get upset now is how I was then. Okay. You're not getting shit out of me. You're going to maybe get a nostril flare and I'm gonna sit there and look at you like when I'm seriously upset. Okay. That's all you were getting out of me. All right. I just shut down and I was eating my food, trying to just like, I wanted to like light someone on fire. Like I didn't know if I was really mad or upset. I had such a strong emotion. I didn't even know what the emotion was, but I was literally sitting there like trying not to like crash out. Okay. Literally trying not to crash out. Okay. And at the time my head was like pounding because not only did I have like a really bad headache from my like, you know, neuralgia issues at the time and my health problems, but also like I was just angry. Okay. And when I get angry, and when you get really angry, your head's like, okay, I saw red. Okay. And I was like, and then while we're eating, everyone's chatting amongst themselves. I'm eating there silently. No one is talking to me. I'm not talking to anyone else. They don't even try to include me in the conversation. They all just essentially laughed at me being upset about the fact they ate my food. So I didn't even really want to talk to them. I just wasn't allowed to eat upstairs at the time. And like, I was really good at following rules. So I was eating downstairs in the kitchen and my friend G decides to do what? Look at me, smile, pull out his phone, and blast that Little Einstein's theme song again. I swear to God, God was testing me. No, I swear on everything. I saw the light, the darkness, the sun, the moon, an eclipse. Like, I swear I felt gravity differently in this moment, okay? I knew that this was a test. I didn't know what I was testing, but I felt very tested. Okay, I felt like I had just broken the sound barrier of like emotions. I was like, I'm about to like kill someone, okay, myself, or blow up this entire building, okay? Like I was livid. So my friend pulls this song out and he starts playing it. And I had already asked him like 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times, can you please stop? I have a headache. Can you please stop? I have a headache. Can you stop? I have a headache. Can you stop? I have a headache. So I look at him and I say, if you play that song one more time, this was my threat. Yo, looking back, this threat was like nothing. I should have done something crazier, okay? Like I should have like ripped the guy's hair out or something, or like cut his hair with scissors, or like shaved his eyebrow. I don't know, man. I should have done something crazy. I should like lit the kitchen on fire, okay? This was too tame, low key. I say, if you play that again, I'm gonna pour water in your food. Low key, pretty tame, okay? Keep in mind, this is the food that I went to get because they forgot it. This is the reason they ate my ice cream. This is the reason they all made fun of me for it. This is the reason I was away enough for them to pull this stunt. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna kill 2 birds with 1 stone, okay? My food's ruined. Your food's gonna be ruined. And 2, the reason it's gonna be yours and not everyone else's food is because you're the one that keeps playing this song in front of me. He looks at me. He smiles. He doesn't think I'm about it. He thinks I'm just threatening him. He plays the song again. He kind of goes like, thinking I'm not gonna do it. I take my water, I look at him like this, and I literally just go like in front of him. I don't even make a face. And then suddenly all hell breaks loose. No, I'm a villain, okay? I'm the villain in everyone's origin story. Everyone had their scopes pointed at me like I did some shit. Okay, I swear they were like downrange, like, oh my God, yo, I can't believe he did that shit. Oh my God, yo, I got him from the top. I got him from the top. I had someone pop out from under the counter. I'm gonna get you. How dare you do that? Like, yo, I feel like I got jumped. Okay, I really felt like I got jumped. I'm not gonna lie. Everyone in the premises suddenly was mad at me. After everything, it was water, okay? And on top of it being water, okay, Chili's, listen, I like your food. Your mac and cheese is like Kraft easy make mac and cheese, okay? And guess what we had in the cabinet? Mac and cheese cups that you could make in 2 minutes with water and some sauce. And guess what? It's the same exact they sold at Chili's. And I knew that. And that's why I did the water, because I was like, you can just make it again. I literally said, you can just make it again. I just wanted him to have the extra effort of doing it. So I didn't even want him to not be able to eat. I just wanted him to like feel a little sense of misery from the misery he was causing me. And suddenly everyone in the room is mad. His sister starts yelling at me. How dare you do that to his food? Keep in mind, my parents paid for the food. I went and got the food while y'all sat and ate my ice cream. And like sent a text to me to make me feel bad about it. And on top of that, y'all were throwing a football in my living room and like trying to, and like mocking me for saying that's not a thing I should do. His sister was mad. My sister was mad. My younger sister was just kind of sitting there like in her own world. Like she was, you know, she was like 8, bro. The babysitter was mad. Okay. Everyone was mad. And I was sitting there like in my mind, like, yo, is this real life? Like that was the first time I ever like in my life was like, am I in a simulation? Like, am I like God's reality show? Like, how is all of this my fault? What did I really do? Pour water in one person's mac and cheese that I went and got that we have in the cabinet that you can make? Like, what did I do that was that wrong? And so they all get really mad at me and I'm sitting there like, yo, and they start yelling at me and I'm like sitting there like I'm yelling back at this point. Like I'm over it. I'm like, I don't care anymore. Like y'all already hate me for whatever reason. So I'm gonna just act like I'm okay being hated because you guys seem to hate me for whatever reason. Okay. Whatever reason. And I was sitting there like, I was just so like literally like I in my brain, like I could not fathom like how these events unfolded. I really couldn't. Like I genuinely like did not understand like the gall. And on top of that, the babysitter did nothing. She was like mad at me for pouring the water, but she didn't care about the ice cream. She didn't care about the football. I think she was just found it amusing at how upset I was getting. But then she realized I was actually going to start reacting in a way that was like not good. So then she had a problem with it. But when I was just crying and sitting there and not doing anything about it, you were okay with it. But as soon as I react and do something and give you the reaction that you so desperately wanted from me, suddenly I'm in the wrong. On top of that, it was water. I should have poured the water on his head, okay, and thrown his phone across the room and stomped on that shit. So after this, my friend gets up. This is the only part in this story where I felt a little bit of joy. He starts yelling at me, cussing at me, and he punches me in the chest. And that, my friends, was the weakest punch I've ever gotten in my life. Yo, it felt like he did this. It felt like he flicked me, bro. I was like, what? I was like, yo, this is all you got? Like, at that point, I wasn't even going to fight back. I was like, yo, if I punch you, like, I'm going to do too much damage. Because if you thought that hurt, okay, and you mustered up all your strength to do that with your stick arms, I can't touch you. Because if I do, like, you're going to end up in a hospital and you're going to need to get your, like, spine rearranged. So at that point, I just left it at that. But in my mind, at the time, I thought that was, like, low-key. Like, it was satisfying. I was like, yeah, you're this wrong and you can't even punch me right. You can't even punch me correctly. That's how wrong you are. The universe won't, after everything that has happened to me negative in this situation, at least the universe was like, you don't have a weak ass punch. Okay, because it literally was like a toddler could hit me harder. It was like laughable. Okay, and he was like, and I was like, yo, okay, all right, buddy, like, come on now. Okay, like, what are we doing? And when he did that, no one cared. Like, no one even tried to stop him. Like, you know, he hit me like twice. And I just sat there like this. Like, I was mad. Okay, I think I had some dried up tears. My face was probably red, but I was sitting there like this. And then he proceeds to walk away from me after angrily punching me. Now he has tears in his eyes and he's crying for whatever reason because I poured water in his food. Like, get over it, okay? That's all I did to you after like the 10, 20 things this whole group did to me, okay? Me being the person y'all made fun of for like 3 hours and pretty much tortured, and I do one little thing and suddenly you want to cry? Like, what? Like, if I punched you, sure, okay? If I did anything, like, actually harmful, sure. If I smashed your phone, sure, cry. But I poured water in your food that low-key my lineage paid for, okay? That you're eating in my house, okay? That I went to get. Low-key, you don't even deserve this food. Because, like, I went through all these hoops to get you it, and, like, you treated me like ass. And he says, while walking away teary-eyed and angry, I'm only your friend because I have no other friends. And I heard this, and I said, bet. I looked at him, and I said, okay, then we're not friends anymore. Straight face. I turn around. I walk away. And I go upstairs. And I wasn't even mad that we weren't friends anymore. No. I was just mad at like everything else. Okay. I was like so over it. I was like literally like I was like contemplating like doing something crazy. Okay. Like the part of me at that time didn't have enough hate in my heart to do something crazy. But me now, like I would have like burned the building down. I swear on God, I would burn the building down or lit myself on fire to prove a point. Okay. Like I'm so serious. And his sister was still mad. And I don't remember exactly how the night ended, but I remember everyone kind of calming down a bit. I think everyone got kind of tired. And I was just in my room. I did not care. My parents come home. They're like, where's Quinn? They come upstairs. My dad's like, what happened? Like, he just tell something was wrong. And I was like, bro, I don't even know how to explain it to you, okay? I was just like, they threw the football in the living room. I told them not to. They got mad at me. They all started kind of treating me bad. And then I poured water in like G's, you know, mac and cheese because like I told him to stop doing something. He didn't do it. My dad was like, okay. He left my room. All the parents get back. They're all like obviously intoxicated. Like even at the age 13, I could tell like their breath smelled like alcohol. They were kind of like, you know, like I was like, y'all had a night. Okay. Like I am not ready to rant and rave about what the hell just happened because y'all are not going to remember this. So they went home. At this time, my mom would pick up G and J in our neighborhood to go to school in the morning and then their mom would normally pick us up in the afternoon and sometimes they'd swap. And that's what we do. So the next morning we had to pick them up for school. I was sitting in the front seat of my mom's car. I was like, I got in the car. I didn't say anything. They didn't say anything to me. I was no longer friends with them. Like I was over it. I was like, I'm done. Like I'm done. After that, okay, all the other inconsiderate stuff you did, you letting your cousin, you know, like be awful to me. Your sister, like just taking your side for whatever reason, even though it doesn't make sense. My sister's taking your side, even though it doesn't make sense. Like I had nobody in my corner. So I was like, I'm done. Like I'm done with all of y'all. Like I'm not, I don't care. In my mind, like you're buried. And so my mom kind of asked me, I explained what happened to her. And then her mom or their mom and my mom talked. And my mom kind of got back to me and was like, well, you know, like Gigi was just really upset that you ruined G's food. And I was like, Mom, do you think I did anything that wrong? And my mom was like, well, you could have like not poured the water, but given everything that happened, I understand the reaction, which was her way of saying, yeah, no, you fine. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, so after that, I never spoke to them again. They were dead to me. Okay. I didn't hang out with them. I didn't associate with them. And, I was good. I was done. It was over. Then I started hanging out with like one of my friends, some other kid in my neighborhood that I was kind of friends with. We kind of started off as like, you know, we had some like odds because of our older siblings having like beef, and we started hanging out and becoming friends. And then I never spoke to G again to this day. Don't with the kid.